Happiness for a mother is having a child whom you can talk to and joke around with. But the problem comes when that child you give birth to does not talk to you, cannot even smile at you, cannot show no signs of love and affection to you. That was the case for Ruth. Ruth is a mother of four, and her fourth son, Eric, has never been growing ever since he was born, and that was 1 year. So Ruth took her son Eric to the clinic. At the clinics, the doctors did a checkup on her son Eric and gave her refer to a different big hospital. The next day, Ruth started to walk to go to that big hospital. She would sleep on the road, and then the next day she would wake up and keep on going early in the morning. The doctors at the hospital saw her son and gave him a checkup, and they said that he has no strong bone. Out of luck, Ruth and her neighbor who helped her, who's a male who worked at the hospital, out of luck she was able to pay the hospital to give her like a medication she should take for her son, what she should buy her son, and they told her that she could buy it and all, but she needed to go to a pharmacy because at the hospital they did not have the pills she needed. But because of rent and having four children, she did not have enough money to pay for the medication her son Eric needed, because she had to pay for rent and pay for her children's school fees. All three of them go to school. That's what she said. Eric's mother says that her son is very weak and is not growing. By that she means that her son is weight, when they check his weight at the hospital, doctors say he's at the red zone and red is about to die. Eric's mom says that Eric can't walk or talk. Eric can't even crawl. And crawling by 8 months you should be able. Eric is already older than 1 year. He's 18 months actually. And he still can't crawl or walk. The reporter asked Eric's mom if she's ever taken him to the doctor more than once, and she said she has, but all they tell her is to come back with money because she doesn't have it. She would just go with the smallest amount of money from her neighbors, again the guy that works at the hospital or someone else, and she would buy her son pills to make the fever that he has every time go away, because he has a really big fever and it hurts his lungs a lot. And I'd like all of you to keep in mind that this all started happening ever since he was born. He's been born more than 1 year and a half, and he still is like this. 1 year and a half is a long time, and by that time a baby should already be big enough to be able to walk or crawl. 8 months a baby should be able to crawl. By around 1 year they should be able to walk, but this baby can't do any of that. Ruth has a husband for her son Eric. Even though she has him, he's very old. He can't really do anything. He's around his 80s. He's 82. And Ruth is only 42. That's a 40-year age difference from them. Her husband, his old wife, had died way before. And when she got married to him at 82, her husband, his kids, older kids that she didn't have, kicked him and her out of their house. Ruth says because she didn't have a place to go with her husband, they started to rent a house so they could live with their child. The reporter asked her how much children does her husband, who's 82, have. She said 4, and that means that they both have 4 children, which makes 8, and she has to live with 4 of hers. So her husband's kids kicked her and him out of their houses. The doctors from the big hospital told Ruth that she should go to the big hospital to get her son's surgery, the bigger ones in the town and city, but she doesn't have enough money to go there, and she says she's poor, that's why. After Ruth found out that she had to pay a lot of money for the surgery, she kind of gave up on it. She kind of just said, nah, I don't have enough money. Eric's mother says if she could find a job to do or anything to do to earn money, she would do it, but the thing is that she can't work because she'll leave Eric's side, and Eric, she can't leave him because he's a baby, doesn't know what to do, he still can't walk. His mind doesn't really know the real world. That's what she's trying to say. Eric's mom says that her son Eric can eat, and she's proud of that because if he could not eat, he would have died and suffer. But the thing is that he's not capable of eating on his own, using his own spoon or anything like that. The reporter asked Ruth how she gets any money, how she get any food to eat. She said that her husband, who's 82 years old, always gets up in the morning, very early in the morning, goes to look for food, goes to farm for other people, and those people give him little money and treat him like rubbish, treat him like he's crazy, he's old, he's very old. And the reporter was like, asked Ruth, how does he work? Isn't he too old to work? She said that he can work as long as he's trying, and he's sometimes begs because his back hurts, he cannot move. He goes out every morning to look for food, just like right now. As you see, Ruth is not, his husband's not home, she's here alone with her son. She doesn't work herself because she doesn't want to leave her son alone. Her son would probably be home alone, and that would not be a good idea because he can't see, he can't talk. Ruth says other mothers in her neighborhood is kids, is children, other mothers and their kids aren't sick, they don't have problems, they don't have problems with their lungs, they don't cough a lot. But Ruth herself, she's also sick with her son, Eric. The reporter asks Ruth if her child is able to eat, to eat anything. Can he eat and swallow, or is he not able to eat? She says that her son, Eric, is able to eat, and as I said before, she thinks it's a blessing, and she's proud that her son is able to eat. But like other things, he can't crawl, he can't walk, he can't even talk. It's very hard for him to open his eyes. When he opens it, he shuts them right away. There's stuff he's not capable of, but eating is one of the things he is very much so capable of doing. Ruth says that she doesn't have enough money, she doesn't have enough time to just go up alone and go get food, dry beans from her neighbors. She doesn't have the money, she doesn't have the time, she has to stay with her children, especially her son Eric. It's just a very hard life for her. Ruth says the rest of her 3 children are normal, they're capable of walking, opening their eyes, talking, laughing, smiling, everything else they're capable of. But the thing is that she's not able to pay school fees sometimes, to the point where their children are expelled. Then the next day she would tell her children to go to school, and she would beg the principal for her children to go back to school and start learning, and it'd be like that every now and then. It would be just like that. Ruth says that her husband, because he was kicked out of his own house and his children's houses and all the houses he owned, they don't have any farming space for them to farm and get their own food. Eric, his mother, says that she doesn't have enough money to buy all her kids new clothes. All 4 of them don't have any clothes that are clean, any new clothes at all. Ruth says the problem with having clothes for children has gotten so bad to the point where right now, as you see baby Eric, how he's sleeping, he has no pants on. He has no pants on. Clearly there's no pants on. He doesn't have any pants. Ruth says that she hopes to find a new school that could give her children, all 3 of them, education that they need, because they keep on getting kicked out of the other schools they go to because of fees. And she wants her children to learn to become people who are very powerful in life and not become like her. That's what she says. She wished the best for all her 4 children. The reporter asked Ruth to start by oldest, tell us the oldest to youngest, who's the most smartest, the talents they have. She said that the oldest is very smart, but not only the oldest. All 3 of them are smart. They're all smart. It's just that she doesn't have enough money to pay for their school fees, and the schools they go to are very bad and not giving the proper education they need. The reporter asked Ruth how does she pay her children's school fees, and she says she doesn't. Only the 2 youngest ones she does. There's 3 children. The oldest one, she was able to get a person to pay for the oldest's school fees, so the oldest is learning well. They're basically learning, not the best, but they're learning, and she doesn't have to worry about their school fees. But the other 2, she throws in the money she has, and then when she doesn't pay enough, they will just kick the other 2 out of school, and then only let them come back once she's paid at least a little. As you saw and heard, this is a very sad story. I'd like you guys to subscribe, comment down below, smash that like button to show you these people your support. Share this video and go to the GoFundMe page and donate whatever you got. I thank you guys for all watching. I'm your narrator, Young Teen. Till next time, peace.